GM. Hi, everybody. Hi, Niniola. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching from home, thank you for tuning in. I'm Creatress, and today I'm joined by one of the selected artists for the Anima Mundi Soul of the World group art exhibition and drop that I had the honor of curating. So today we're going to be learning a little bit more about Niniola as an artist. We're going to learn a bit more about his artwork that is included in the curation. And I'm really excited to get to know you a bit better. Niniola, you're tuning in all the way from Nigeria. It's an honor to have artists from all around the world be part of this curation. So thank you so much for being here today, and please tell us a little bit about you.
Thank you, Creatress. My name is Niniola Blessing, and I'm from Nigeria. I'm a photographer, and I fell in love with documentary and conceptual style of photography, which has actually broadened my ideas into storytelling and telling my story the way I want it to be seen. So art is my solace, and it will forever be my solace. Thank you.
Of course. And how old were you when you got started creating photographs and using photography as your expression?
Uh, I started photography 2019. Uh, Earlier before the lockdown, I started with mobile phone. I fell in love with capturing what I love seeing and what I love to keep. Because sometimes some memories don't don't appear twice. So I feel like it's better you get it than to miss it. So that started my journey, and after the lockdown in 2020, we all experienced it, and I started professionally in 2021, immediately after the lockdown. So I started putting myself out there, creating. But during the lockdown, I had an amazing time creating conceptual stories from the comfort of my home, with my sisters, with my friends. It was an amazing time, and it built my foundation into the professional world. And I've got this attitude of go get it. So it's better than you miss it and you're now feeling bad about it. So uh, after the 2020 lockdown, I started professionally. I was part of uh, a documentary. Should I say a documentary masterclass by Pascal Maitri from France, who works at the Nagio, and it was an amazing one. That also built my foundation in documentary more further. And ever since, I love telling stories my way, the way I feel like. Sometimes your conviction doesn't lie, and sometimes you just need to get the story out there so that people can actually resonate with it. And it's something I love doing. I fell in love with it really deeply that sometimes, if things are tough, I just go back to my art and check them. They make me happy a lot. So that was a very good foundation. So since that 2021 till now, it's been an amazing journey. I documented my from my state and town. I have been documenting their festival, our very ancient festival for over 4 years, and ever since I've always been going back to back. Except this year, I had exams, so it was a very good one, and it's all this journey. I feel like you don't have to miss any parts. It's all part of the steps you have to take to get to where you want to be. So it's a very nice one. Thank you for the question.
Of course. And yes, you can't really skip. There's no shortcuts. You got to just put in the work, and it happens over time. You got to just stick with it. Well, thank you so much for sharing a bit more about your journey to getting to this point, and congratulations on all the success so far. Um,
You.
I that you got to experiment with your family. I think creating art and co-creating, especially with your loved ones, is like always very special for both like the
For sure.
artist, whoever you invite. So I love to hear that. Well, my next question is, um, tell us a bit about why you wanted to be part of the open call curation. When because I put it out there, and I wasn't sure who would want to participate, who would want to share their art. So I'm just curious, when you saw the open call, what about it made you want to be involved? Yeah, just curious. It doesn't have to be like a crazy story or anything. I'm just curious, like what excited you about it that you wanted to be part.
Okay. Let me first use this word that I am always following my conviction, my instinct. Like few weeks ago, I think like a week before I saw the open call, I had this photo section with this model. I have always been shooting models. I have a group of uh, modeling agency that I actually work with a lot of times. And what I do is that I just call them up, shoot some test shots, and use them to tell some deep stories because I feel like that is my core. And I wanted her to portray something unique that deals with brightness, that deals with light in the world without having light in it. So we're looking for the natural form of light that's brighten people's day. So I felt like, the sunflower would be the best idea. Comes with nature and also the soul that actually comes when you see a sunflower. It brightens your day, no matter how strong you are. It brightens your day. So when I saw the open call, Soul of the World, I was like, yes, Anima Mundi. I think this would be perfect for this photo collection that I created. So I picked my favorites from the piece and the photo shoot section, and I made my editing, and I said, no, I have to put it up there so that I can actually portray what I actually feel to be the soul of the world in my own terms. So it's a very beautiful, should I say, beautiful coincidence.
Oh, I love that. I love a coincidence. I love serendipity, as I like to say. And this is something that I've been wondering, and that I always think about, right? Because I'm also an artist, right? And I see open calls, and sometimes I see an open call, and I'm like you said, I just did something that would fit perfect with this. Sometimes you
Yes.
get that serendipity, and then you're like, yes, right? Sometimes some artists will see it and they make new stuff, right, specifically for it. So I'm always just curious, like how that worked, and how that worked out. So thank you for sharing. And I'm happy that you had something that fit the theme so well. So I just pulled up the artwork.
Thank
So
you.
if you're watching, yeah, you can see it's beautiful, beautiful photography. It's one of the few photography artworks that we have in the collection. So super honored. And would you like to share or read the description?
Okay. Uh, I think I would love to read the description, but what I remember perfectly from the description is that uh, the flower do not grow upon her. It grows through her, like it bloom through her. It's an inbuilt thing for you to find happiness, to find joy, to find the beauty in something. And I feel like if you don't see it, you won't see the beauty. Sometimes uh, the flower does not sit upon her, they bloom through her. A crown of the earth, a whisper of the cosmos. A stillness is not silence, but communion with the great breath of life. Here, the body is the soil, and the soul is the word of folding. So she's like the plant, and the sunflower grows through her from our soul. So it gives a serenity that no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, there's beauty inside you. You just have to let it grow. You just have to let it bloom. Because sometimes we go through this, especially we adults, we go through a lot of shit, and we go through a lot of hard things and stuff. And sometimes it might actually diminish many light. And we might not look at it like, oh, this light is was blooming before, but it's something that we really need to work hard on so that people will see this bloom, or else it dies. So let me just go a little bit back to the photo section. We had this one-on-one section. It was a one-on-one. It wasn't with anyone else. I planned it with an albino guy, but we had a little bit of reschedule, and that didn't work. So I felt like, no, I will make this work with this growth, because linking these two elements together would have been more powerful, but this is also magnificent. So I won't make my I won't talk down on my work because the plan didn't go well, but it became perfect. So let me just put it that way. It
It's
became
perfect.
perfect, and she's the crown of the world. So she's beautiful.
Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, I love the description. It reads like a poem to me. So, um, yes, thank you for doing that. I think it's a beautiful sentiment, especially the part at the end where it's like the body is the soil and the soul is the world unfolding. I mean, I love that. I think it rings very true. Everybody, like, we are in our body, but there's like so much that grows from each person. And um, just the idea to nurture and to let those things grow and share, all the beautiful fruits and flowers that we have with everyone. I think that's exactly, the theme, to share and celebrate like the beautiful things that come from our nature that we can all share. Like you said, like, if anyone could look at this photo and you see that warmth, that essence of nature that we all have. So yeah, I absolutely honored to have it in the collection. Um, Again, thank you so much for being part of it. And yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say. I'm just honored to have you be part of it. And my last question, we'll go to my last question here, and that's, what else are you working on that we can support you in? Of course, for this curation and this collection, we're sharing it everywhere. We'll be live streaming this interview as well. And today it's on the front page of object.com. We have our artwork on the front page, which I think is absolutely amazing. Object has featured the artworks on their Instagram as well. And yeah, we're just getting a lot of support, which I think is really, really, really incredible. And not just for this curation. I also want to know, like, how else can we support you? What other projects do you have, either happening now or in the future, that we should look out for?
Okay. I I love this question because I am the type that always try to get a lot of things going. While I'm doing something, I'm planning the next thing, and photo shoot on photo shoots. Uh, my next project is somewhat are centered around traveling. It's a documentary project that I'm actually planning. I've always uh, I've always been in my country, so I'm planning a trip around the countries around my country, the fellow African countries, and I look to work towards that in the nearest future, especially At least I should be able to do one before this year, but I before the year runs out. But I would definitely love to do something that I've always loved doing through my lens with Niola, because I feel like my lens, my eyes, feels different. And I would love everyone to see that part of me. And it is something that I've always wanted to do. I love documenting people, real life activities. I don't like it getting too much of distractions. I love it to be in real time, real images, and something that clicks the soul and makes the world feel like, oh, there's something attached to this image. And I've been planning on going to Ghana or Benin Republic, probably Kenya. I'm still picking one of these three, but I believe uh, I believe that I'll be able to go to one of these countries and explore and do some traveling, because recently I've been working on Frames by Nini that brings about a way of putting conceptual images in everybody's own. And I felt like in my state, in my country, people discard a lot of frames because they don't have why. They don't have the reason why they want to keep those, especially artworks too. So I'm trying to build myself in a way that I have so many portfolios that I can actually get get a conceptual image in probably anybody's home, so that they can have a feeling of something worth having along the way, like years after years. They won't be able to take it off. They even, and at the point of trying to get a new one, there should be uh, a a switch, or should I say an exchange for it, because I love what the NFT space is doing. I love a lot of things that this Web3 space have given me. I've been in the NFT space since 2021 too. So it has been a very good journey for me. So I felt like it has impacted my life. It has impacted my life to the point that I really want to impact the next generation and impact my fellow photographers here in the country. And it is something I would love to do, creating exhibition for photographers, because they barely do it. I'm not going to lie. I've exhibited once in Nigeria, but I've exhibited more than 10 times around the world. So it's something that it is very rare, and I would love to make it something more accessible to every other photographers in the nearest future.
Well, I think that's, I mean, it's funny that you mentioned that you've been exhibited all over the world, but only once in your home country. So I 100% I agree. I think in my home country I've been exhibited the least. So it's just funny how things happen like that. But I think that's a great idea, and I wish you like the best of luck in organizing that exhibition for photographers. Um, you know, photography I think is like the most prolific art form like in the world, because so many humans have a camera, right, on like either in their phone or like a standalone camera. And so it's interesting, it's so interesting to me that we don't have more art, more photography exhibitions, because there are so many photographs that are made every single day. So I love that idea. And please reach out if there's anything we can do to support on our end, in your journey to creating this exhibition. Please feel free to reach out. We're always here to help, and at least try to help
Thank you.
uplift. So yeah, thank you so much again for your time. And is there
Thank
anything else
you.
that you would like to share that we didn't cover today?
And
Anything else?
thank you. And I really appreciate that. It's so cool.
Absolutely, my pleasure. And yeah, I hope to see you around more, not just on One Love DAO, but just in Web3 Twitter and all the places that we see, that we run into each other. Yeah, again, thank you so much for being part of it. I appreciate you participating, not just in the open call, but in the exhibition and the interviews. And yeah, I hope we get to meet one day. But sending all of my love and support across the world to you and your to all the artists over there. And hey, let's get more Nigerian artists in our community. You're our ambassador now. All right, Inhiola. We're counting on you to bring us some all in. So thank you again.